All right, cool, it worked. I don't know why it didn't work for the other service, but it is working just fine now. Let's go ahead and get tuned in real quick. Hey, there's my little face. Look at me. Let's kill that. Do 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 do. Getting things set up now. Rotate that all down. Cool. Make sure that Discord isn't open on the desktop. Correct. Cool. All right. I think we might be ready to rock and roll here. All right. Go put our little headset on. All right. Volume's good. Very nice. All right. So we got 3 decks we're going to be playing with tonight. And I think they are just different enough to be interesting. So let's see here. Let me go over here real quick. Let me hit the share button because we're going to share this to Twitter real quick. Copy that. Here we go. I was getting things set up before we get started for tonight. Right. Let's get going. Let's tweet that out. Now people can come hang out if they want to. Drop that down. All right, cool. I think we are good to go. So we've got 3 decks that we're going to be playing with tonight. We have the Esper Flash deck, which is a deck based on, it's basically loosely using the Esper shell, the Esper Legends shell, but it has a more of a flash slant to it. Like for the flash creatures, we have like the Cathar Commando to take care of artifacts, enchantments, because like I'm seeing this huge uptick lately in prison-based removal, so we kind of need to combat that just a little bit. Also, we have Errant and Giada for a little bit of card advantage. Let's see. And then we have the Overcharged Amalgam, Urte, and Obscura for our counter magic with this deck. And that's pretty much how this deck differs from the other Esper decks. Because it runs a little more counterspell heavy, but it doesn't get in the way of Talia, because every card in this deck is a creature other than the lands. So that deck it works pretty decent. I don't think it's as powerful as like the basic Esper builds, but it's pretty good. I like it. Let's see here. Other than that, we have a Dimir mid-range deck, which is very, very straightforward. So we'll see take a look here real quick. We're running Concealing Curtains because mono red is literally everywhere in Best of One right now. We have some Cut Down. We have a couple Duress to take care of those ramp out decks. Some copies of Make Disappear. Go for the Throat Shield's Edict as removal. Tenacious Underdog, so you can curve from Concealing Curtains into Underdog into Trespasser or Invasion of Amonkhet. So it has a good curve and just enough disruption to get you through the mid game. Then we have 3 copies of Sheldred and 3 copies of Urte Resurrected and 3 copies of Phyrexian Fleshgorger. And that is this deck. It's like I said, it's very, very straightforward. No real bells and whistles here. It's just a straightforward mid-range Dimir deck. I played it a little bit this past week, but it's actually been doing pretty good. So I want to make a little list out of that one. And this is a deck I've had for a long time. It is a variation on the Boros aggro. So it's not quite mono red aggro, it's not quite mono white, it's a little bit in between. But basically, the theme around this deck is it is a like a +1/+1 counters matter kind of deck. So you got Hopeful Initiate, Kumano faces Kakuzan. Both of these get +1/+1 counters. We have Recommission, which will bring a creature back from the graveyard with a +1/+1 counter. Fantastic. We have Talia, because honestly, at this point, if we're playing white, we're probably playing Talia. We got Feldon. We got Lightning Strike for a little bit of removal. Adeline, because she's just really damn good. We have one copy of Bloody Betrayal, and this is kind of like a pet card of mine. I love sneaking out the Bloody Betrayal and just catching someone completely off guard, because no one ever expects this. So it's just one copy of Bloody Betrayal to steal a potential blocker. We have 3 Reckless Stormseeker, 4 Sunrise Cavalier, another haste creature that also plays into the +1/+1 counters game. We have Wandering Emperor, because she's really good removal, but also gives +1/+1 counters as well. And we have Thundering Raiju, another creature that gives +1/+1 counters, haste, gets a little more damage across the top. So that's basically this deck. So it is again, another straightforward deck. It's just basic aggro, but with a theme of slapping +1/+1 counters on everything. So that is that deck, and that's basically what we're going to be playing with tonight. So I ran a poll on Twitter and also on my YouTube channel, asking people what decks they wanted to see me play first, and surprisingly, to me at least, the Boros deck actually won out. And so I'm going to be playing the Boros deck first and making that into a video. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take this deck into Standard Ladder. We're going to play roughly about like 5 to 8 games with it, just enough to get some footage for YouTube. And we're going to turn it into a deck. So give me just a moment. It's good beer. Like it. Okay. So let's go over to OBS real quick. And we're going to go ahead and pop on the recording software. And we're going to do like an actual in-depth deck check. I don't do these very often. Usually I just put a splash image of what the deck is at the beginning of a video. So my plan, at least my plan for content for this channel is I want to put out like at least like 3 videos a week. To say like maybe like Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays of just deck gameplay. We'll play like a different deck, like 3 different decks a week. One on Monday, one on Wednesday, one on Friday. And just try and get the ball rolling content-wise. I want to try and like do some bulk recording and pardon me, and get like a backlog of videos going so that I can not miss any uploads in the schedule. So that's basically what we're going to be going with. So give me just a moment to crack my knuckles and clear my throat. We are going to do a deck tech in just a moment here. It's been a long day at work, so I need a moment to center myself. So let's see here. Let's go in here. We're going to go over to decks. We're going to go to Boros. We're going to start with Boros because that is what was requested. Let's go back over here. All right. And we're going to hit record. And right here. And a 1. 1-y and a 2-y, and you know what to do. Hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. I'm doing a bulk recording session today of 3 different decks, and I'm going to be making deck techs for this coming week. And I ran a poll on Twitter and on this channel of which deck you guys wanted to see first, and overwhelmingly, Boros won out. So We're starting this week with a deck tech on my take on Boros aggro. What this deck does is it is a pretty basic, pretty straightforward aggro list, but with a slant of +1/+1 counters matter. This is a deck that I've had in my library for a long time, and I pull it out every now and then when I want to just get some easy wins. So let's go through it real quick. So first up in the one drop slots, we have 4 Hopeful Initiate. This is fantastic because whenever it gets the training counters for +1/+1 counters, you can actually use that to leverage against all of those pesky prison enchantments. And if your opponent happens to waste a prison enchantment on this creature, well, hell, that's all the better for you because you've got much bigger fish to fry in this deck. So that's primarily what this is for. It's a great one-drop, and it handles pesky enchantments in the mid-game. We have 4 copies of Kumano Faces Kakazan, again, because it gives the +1/+1 counters, gives you a creature, gets a little bit of extra damage in the early game. So really good card. Past that, we have Recommission. Recommission is a little bit of a sketchy card, but I'm running it because of 2 things. 1, more than half of our creatures have haste. And 2, this also gives a +1/+1 counter to the creature that it brings back. So if you find yourself in the mid to late game and your opponent just board wiped you, well, you can still come in for the kill with a Recommission. Bring a creature like, say, Sunrise Cavalier back, or Thundering Raiju back. Or actually, no, never mind. Can't bring that back. So like Reckless Stormseeker back, or Feldon. It's like grab any of your haste creatures, put it back on the table, and keep on beating in with a +1/+1 counter on it. We have Talia, Guardian of Thraben. This is a little bit of a non-bow with a few of the spells in this deck, but we are not running that many spells. Spells-wise, we have Kumano, we have Lightning Strike, we have 1 copy of Bloody Betrayal, and we have 2 copies of Wandering Emperor. So it's not that much of a non-bow. It's more likely to screw over our opponent than to screw over us. So we are running 4 copies of Talia, Guardian of Thraben. Next up, we have a few copies of Feldon, because 1, it's another haste creature on 2. It keeps beating in, and if your opponent happens to block it, deal some damage to it to get it off the table, well, then you get a little bit of impulse draw off of that, so I'm into it. Next up, we have 3 copies of Lightning Strike, in case you need to get a little extra damage in at the end game. 3 copies of Adeline, because she's just that damn good. Again, 1 copy of Bloody Betrayal. We talked about this earlier. The 1 copy in here is mostly just as like a surprise trump card. Like if your opponent happens to drop a big beefy creature that you can't really deal with in any other way, well, steal it. Beat them over the face with it. It's good. I've tried convincing people on this card many times before in the past, and some people are into it. Other people not so much, but I personally really love this card. It's kind of a pet card of mine, and it wins me more games than not, I'll be honest with you. Reckless Stormseeker, we got 3 copies of those because it's good. It gives other creatures haste or itself haste, keeps the damage flowing. Then we have Sunrise Cavalier, again with the +1/+1 counters. Whenever night turns to day or day turns to night, you get to put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, not just the Cavalier. You can put it on other creatures if you want to. Then we have 2 copies of the Wandering Emperor because it's really good removal. It can make you more threats to keep beating face in. And very importantly, it gives another +1/+1 counter and can give first strike to a creature. Very, very good tech card in this list. And then we have 3 copies of Thundering Raiju. This is usually your top end play. It's usually going to be what you play to end the game. Because it comes in, it hastes, it deals extra damage off the top if you've got other creatures that already have +1/+1 counters on them, and it also gives +1/+1 counters to either itself or other creatures on the table. Pretty simple. I kind of figure it's a really good addition. Great top end for this list. And lands, we got a couple copies of Iganja, we got the plains, we got the mountains, and we have 4 Battlefield Forge and 4 Sundown Pass. So, like I said before, really simple, really straightforward. Good times with this deck. So we're going to take this into ladder and see how we do tonight. So let's get going. All right, we're going to go standard ranked with It Better Be Boros. Yeah. Like I said, this is a bit older of a deck for me. I think I originally built this deck close to 6 months ago, and I just can't bring myself to eliminate it from my collection. It's just such a fun deck. Okay, so we have a Hopeful Initiate, 2 Talia, and a Stormseeker. We don't have the red to cast the Stormseeker, but we might draw into it by turn 3, so let's find out. We're going to start with the Plains into the Hopeful. Karate Death Dog. That is a great name. That's a great name. Okay, he's also playing Plains into a Lunarch Veteran. Okay, so we got some kind of life gain system going on here. Let's go into Talia. Attack for 1. He will not block. He'll take the 1. Yeah, that's what I thought. Kind of looked like he was thinking about it for a moment there. It would not be smart to take that 1 immediately. Alright, 2 mana. Another Lunarch. Okay, he's going to gain that life back. Very smart. Now, let's really hope we get a red. We did get the red. Hell yeah. Alright, bring it in. Alright, give that the bonus, and we will attack with all. Hopeful Initiate gets the training counter. And we just beat face. Yep. No blocks, as expected. So, we got the Igonja for potential removal. We got a Lightning Strike if we need to go over the top. And it looks like you're playing blue now. Let's see what you can play out of blue, if anything. Okay, so we got an Ossification. What's it going to take? Took the Hopeful Initiate. I'm okay with that. Alright. Give the +1 there. All attack. Alright, we just keep on beating. End turn. Alright, no spells were cast, so the Storm-charged Stormseeker becomes a Storm-charged Slasher. So now it's going to be giving +2. Flying Lifelink protection from vampires. Sounds great to me. Alright, pass. You got anything else for this turn? Doesn't have lifelink, does it? No, it does not. Okay. Pass, pass. I'll be more than happy for you to do that, because I'm going to blast this. Now it's my turn. Give +2. All attack. Now, the Talia being in play is going to make it so he's not going to be able to cast this turn unless he drops another land. Okay, he did get the other land. So he can tap out to just play it. Oh, Graphkeeper. What the hell is this? Okay, he's gonna. He comes in and mills 2 cards. Okay. Whenever you cast a spell from your graveyard, tap target creature you don't control. Okay. Faithbound Judge, you say? All right, I'm into it. This looks interesting. All right. Ooh, that's interesting. Let's see here. Okay, so we can't play the Reckless Stormseeker and use the Igonja at the same time. So we're going to have to just attack. So we're going to give this a +1. All attack. We're going to assume that he's going to use the Faithbound Judge to block the Stormseeker. Okay. Alright, and turn. He turns back into a big boy, because we did not cast any spells that turn. Okay. He's got enough mana to cast the Catilda on the backside. But the Catilda's not going to be doing them a whole lot of good this turn, because they only have one other enchantment in play. So they might want to be playing something else from their hand this turn. As they say, choice is yours. Devoted Grapkeeper. Okay. I'm just going to mill 2 cards, gain 2 life. Do you have anything else you can play this turn? I guess not. Alright, I played Battlefield Forge, and we'll play the Stormseeker. Next, go to attacks. We give that one a buff, and that one a buff. And we will swing in. See how you're going to react. Because now 2 of my boys have trample. Nope, just going to take it. Alright, that's game. That was a lot of Tullies in my hand, but that's the price you pay when you run 4 legends. When you want to make sure that you play it every game. That is sometimes going to happen. Alright, cool. Won the game. Let's move on to the next. I do really enjoy this deck. This deck is a lot of fun to play. Kogamasa. Okay, so we're running Battlefield Forge and 2 Mountains. We have a Recommission, a Wandering Emperor, a Feldon, and a Thundering Raiju. So we have enough red to play everything. We will need to get another white to get the Wandering Emperor, so we will keep this. And there's the white. Okay, so let's play the red. Unfortunately, not the fastest start, but it'll do. All right, let's go double red into Feldon. Okay, he does have removal, and that's okay, because we have a recommission for next turn. Wedding announcement, okay. Alright, let's go. God, we have way too many lands. Okay, we'll go with Sundown Pass. We'll play recommission to get Feldon back. Attack. Bink. I love recommission, it's such a fun card. Okay, 2 wedding announcements. Right, let's go Battlefield Forge, Thundering Raiju. All attack. +1/+1 there. Bam, bam. Alright, so he needs to play a mass removal right now. Probably has Sundown. Or Sunfall. Sunfall is definitely the one I would play in this moment. Ancient Imperiosaur, you say? Okay, it's Convoke, Trample, Ward. Enters the battlefield with 2 +1/+1 counters on it for each creature that convoked it. That is honestly impressive. I cannot fault you for that. Let's see. Alright, let's play Adeline. Next, all attack. +1/+1 here. What's the ward cost? 2? Okay, you block there. And you block Feldon. Surprised. Did not block Feldon. Alright, end turn. Alright, so we just need to get 4 more damage in. Oh. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. That's game. Moving on. Next match. If you were to ask me of all the matches I thought I would see today, Jetmir is definitely not it. Jetmir is probably the one match we would have not expected today. Bravo on you to play it for playing it though. I love seeing an off-meta deck. Okay, so we got 3 lands: Feldon, Lightning Strike, Sunrise Cavalier, Thundering Raiju. Looks good to me. If we happen to draw a 1-drop, that'd be... Oh, actually we're going first, so we won't be drawing a 1-drop. So we'll just go Plains and a Mountain. Okay, cool. We'll keep it. He sent 1 back, so it puts him at a minor disadvantage. Let's go Mountain into Feldon. He's going to tap out to play Consider. Or Fading Hope. That works too. So it looks like we're up against mono blue. There's no deck plays Fading Hope except for mono blue. Okay. Let's go Hopeful Initiate. Okay. Then we will play Felden. He's going to consider his options. Alright, Felden comes in, swing in for 2. Is he going to tap out for a Haughty Djinn? He is. I'm honestly surprised. Okay. Let's go Mountain. Okay, so we can... If we play Thundering Raiju, we'll just swing in. Or we could swing in and hope to juke him out with the Lightning Bolt. We're going to attack like this. And let's see if he's smart. If he's smart, he's just going to let the damage in. He is smart. Good for him. Alright, so... that being done, we're going to play the Sunrise Cavalier. I don't want to play the Thundering Raiju until a little bit later, because I want to see him waste potential removal on lesser creatures. So he could attack this turn, or he could just hold up mana. And he very likely has at least 2 ways to stop my Lightning Strike from hitting that Haughty Djinn. But does he have 2 is the question. Right, boys are getting bigger. Okay, so he goes there. Hit the Lightning Strike. Okay, so he's going to try to Fading Hope it. Another Lightning Strike will not do anything there, so we're going to send that other Lightning Strike to his face. And the rest of the damage is going to go right to his head. And let's see what he does this turn. Okay, he's going to play the Haughty Djinn. That's it, huh? Okay. So, in that case... we could play the Thundering Raiju, or hold up for the Wandering Emperor. If he blocks this or blocks this, that's 5 damage getting through. We could play the Wandering Emperor to give a +1/+1 counter. Or we could play the Thundering Raiju to give +1/+1 counters and deal damage. So let's go ahead and all attack. Hi, how you doing, buddy? Okay. Alright, so he did that. We're going to cast the Wandering Emperor. It gets in. Nice. +1/+1. Right here. And he does not have a reaction. We win the game. Very nice. Good girl. That's right. We beat up Mono Blue. That was pretty nice. Another Mono Blue deck in the bin. I've been having pretty good luck against Mono Blue lately. A lot of people have been playing it. Not just with this deck, but with like the other decks I've been playing as well. Like my Esper Flash deck did really well against Boros. Not Boros, against Mono Blue. Right. You are such a pretty dog. Look at you. Alright, we're up against another Teferi. This is a guy named Blusterbus. He's got the Bluster Bussy. Okay, so we got 3 lands. We got a Kamano, into Sunrise Cavalier or Thundering Raiju. So our opponent goes first. So depending on if we draw a 1 or 2 drop, that's going to determine when we play Kumano. If we got a 1 or 2 drop, we'll play Kumano first turn. We did not. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the Battlefield Forge. And we're going to pass turn because I want to get that +1/+1 counter on the Sunrise Cavalier. Okay, so we're playing against a Grixis list that is wasting their Hungry for More. You'll love to see it. Okay, let's see here. Let's go Mountain into Kumano. Pop them for 1. And we'll get that +1/+1 counter next turn for a 4/4 Cavalier. Let's see what they play this turn, though. Oh! You're getting handshakes? He's such a good dog. Alright. Transman gets... What am I playing against here? I'm interested all of a sudden. Let's see. Plains. We'll play a Sunrise Cavalier. It comes in with a +1/+1 counter and beats face for 4. Bam! I'm playing against some pretty interesting decks tonight. I'm liking this a lot. Like anytime I can get some game against some non-meta nonsense, I'm into it. Okay, we're up to 4 mana. We got all of our Grixis colors, and not a single basic land in sight. Okay, he's going to equip the Crown, hit for 5, and draw a card. I do the same thing. That's synergy, baby. Okay. Alright, so check this out. So we're going to play the Sundown Pass. And we're going to play a Reckless Stormseeker. Because we have the Kumano, which is going to make Thundering Raiju bigger next turn. We're going to give that a +1. And we're going to swing in. So we could have played the Thundering Raiju that turn, but I want to get that immediate +1/+1 counter on the Raiju next turn. So let's see what they do. I'm interested to see what kind of potential board wipes they might have. They're probably playing Burn Down the House. I mean, it's definitely the one I would be choosing. Furnace Rains? What does that mean do? Whenever this creature is combination to a player or battle, create a trash token. Oh, okay. Alright. You're hitting hard, I like it. Do you have a sacrifice effect? Fatal Grudge. Nice. Choose a permanent you control that shares a card type with a sacrifice permanent. I guess we'll choose that one. Alright, my turn. Let's go with the Plains. We'll play the Thundering Raiju, get the +1/+1 counter on it. Get the +1 there, and swing in. +1/+1 counter here. This is a very interesting deck. I like it a lot. Well, let's see what they can do to stop me this turn. If anything. And they got a grip full of cards, full lands. They should be able to do something here. But this is a very weird deck. Fatal Grudge. I like that. That's a good choice. New Capenna had a really cool card theme. I liked it a lot. Uh-oh. He's roping. What you gonna do, buddy? You got 6 lands. What could he possibly be playing over there? Well, darn, Epicure. Okay. Sacrifice the blood token, maybe? Try and draw into something? Okay. Attaches that. Do you have a sacrifice effect? Bobby Nix? Should have seen that coming. I love me some Ob Nixilis. What you got, bud? Annihilating Glare. Alright, he's out. Alright, so I do still have the Kumano token coming in next turn. Alright, he makes a dude. Does not have enough mana to equip it. Alright, let's go Adeline. Next. Give that haste. All attack yo face. Face! See where he decides to send the damage. Alright, down to 1. And turn, I'm holding that in my hand because I don't want to die to random Ob Nixilis damage. Oh shoot! The Etching Kumano removed the token so he didn't get the damage from the tokens dying. I always forget about those little nuances. I like you, Etching of Kumano. You're a cool guy. Alright, here's your last turn. If you have a board wipe, now would be the time to play it. He absolutely should be playing Burn Down the House in that deck. It would fit in perfectly with the Transmigrant's Crown. Because like he's playing like all these little devil boys. Okay. It's on attack. Oh, it does have haste, okay. Let's see here. Block that. Take the 3. I will discard that card.
Your punishment is my entertainment.
Make me discard the other card. That's what I thought. Unless he had like a form of direct damage in his hand, he was not going to get there. Very interesting deck. I like that list a lot. I liked all the devil tokens coming out. That was pretty cool. Very cool. All right, let's get back in there. Ooh, I haven't seen a Gideon avatar in a while. All right. Battlefield Forged Plains. We have a low to the ground hand. I'm keeping it. Got 2 initiates. So let's start with 1. Play the Talia on turn 2, and hopefully Sunrise Cavalier on 3. Hopefully indeed. Alright, Talia. Swing in. We'll have the Cavalier on next turn. Auto pay. I'll attack. Gets the training +1 counter. Very nice. Now that's how you open a hand. That was nice. Ooh, I'm anticipating like Brother's End. Nope, okay. Just to go for the throat. I'm into it. Alright, let's play Reckless. +1. I'll attack. Bam. Bam, bam. This is feeling a little one-sided. There's Brotherhood's End. Okay, we still win. Nice. Bam, bam. I did not even need to play that recommission. I just wanted to for the flair. I love this deck. This deck's a lot of fun. Okay, I think we got time for one more in this recording. Wolfkin Outcast. Alright. Let's get to it. That was a very, very good open. I was very happy with that. If we could just get every game to open up like that. Okay, so we got 3 lands. We got a Hopeful Initiate, a Talia, and a Sunrise Cavalier. Looks good to me. Keep 7. Okay, Recruitment Officer. So, let's see here. Let's start with the Kamado, actually. Ooh, you too, huh? Okay, let's go with the Plains. And do we play another Talia, or do we play Feldon? I think we play Feldon in this case. Because the Talia is not likely to cause them as much guff as it would me. He's very likely playing just a straight-up mono white aggro deck. Mm-hmm. Yep, yep, yep. Okay. So we got a good boy on the table. Let's see here. Do we play Sunrise Cavalier? Do we have play Talia? That one is unmodified at the moment, so it would require me to cast for 3. And the backside of that is Ward pay 3 life. It's not something I'm into. So let's come in with Sunrise Cavalier. Swing in. Bing bong. Alright, what do you got? This is going to be one of those down to the wire games. Definitely. Definitely a down to the wire game. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You're down to 1 card in hand. Knight Errant of Eos. Interesting. I was not expecting to see that today. Ow. Ow. Okay, so let's see here. I think we might be losing this one. Bink. Let's play Hopeful. But because he has the second Brutal Cathar, we'll pretty much lose this. What? Why'd you take that? Oh, because there's the blocker, that's why you took it. That makes sense. Well, can't win them all. Especially with that proper removal. Alright, let's go again. We can't be ending a video on a loss. That's just silly. Pedro Macas. It doesn't look like a Pedro. Okay, we got 4 lands. Talia, Adeline, Wandering Emperor. Let's keep it. We got double Adeline. This is a legendary hand we got here. Oh. You kept a 1 land hand, did you? That's not good for you, buddy. I would not have done that. Okay, cool, you got a second land. Unless I'm reading this wrong and I actually went first. Battlefield Forge. Autoplay. Swing for the fences. Alright. So we got almost Emperor Mana next turn. Yeah, you're not going to attack. Do you have a second land to play? Oh no. He's dropping out. And dropping out quick too. Alright, we're coming in. And this sucks. I hate seeing someone with land issues, but what can you say? That's the nature of Magic. Some games are just gonna be like that. All right. I feel like I want one more. 'Cause that was really rough. I mean, getting stuck on 2 lands is not good for anyone. Okay, so we got 2 lands. It looks keepable. Keep it. Okay. Play the Gonjo. Play the Hopeful Initiate. Turn 2 is going to be Guardian of Thraben. Ooh. Alright, let's go Battlefield Forge into Talia. No attacks this turn because he can double block and kill my guy. Adeline? That's silly. Okay, my turn. Let's go. Oh yeah, the Kamado. Let's play Feldon. Attack with Feldon. Let's dig up the Lightning Strike. Ow. Hey, cut it out. That's enough naughty boys over there. Let's see. Next. Attack. You know I have the Lightning Strike. Did you really? Unless you have another Adeling in hand, that was a very silly block. I'm going to assume they have another Adeling in hand. Ow! Alright, joining the dance once again. Let's see. Shoot. Yeah, let's recommission Feldon. Bam bam. He's just making babies all game. Yep. Block one. Take 5. That fucking hurts. Wedding announcement. That's just drawing cards now. There we go. There we go. Let's see, that's... If we can put the +1/+1 counter there, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's game. Math is for blockers. Alright, that was a little bit better. That was a weird game, though. Just making babies all day long. When we were young. Alright, cool. I'd say that's enough footage for this deck. go ahead and record a little outro for us, why don't we? Okay, there you have it. That was Boros Aggro, at least my version of it. Seems to do pretty well against the field, if your field happens to be really weird off-meta builds. We played against quite a few decks that were just really offbeat. Probably the one meta deck that we did run into was Mono Blue, and we had no problem dismantling that deck either. As far as things I might change, sometimes we run into an issue where we have too many Talias in hand, and it can be a little detrimental to our game plan. However, I'm not sure I feel comfortable dropping the Talia count down, because I want to make sure that we draw Talia every single game. And because that is what really lends this deck to having a more favorable win rate, being able to put those mid-range decks on the back foot, the counterspell decks, the board wipe decks, putting them on the back foot helps us stay on the aggressive. So while having multiple Talias is an issue, I'd rather have multiples than none whatsoever. So I think we're going to keep the Talias. The recommissions usually come in pretty handy. For me, in this deck, they kind of serve the same place as a Lightning Strike, because they just bring back hasted creatures. So I do really like that. Cards that maybe underperformed today. Honestly, I don't think I cast the Wandering Emperor more than one time. So I'm wondering if the Wandering Emperor might need to get cut down to a 1-of, or just get dropped completely. Because we spend so much time and effort putting our opponent on the back foot that we never really are in a situation where casting the Wandering Emperor for removal is necessary. So that might be something to consider going forward. But as it is right now, this deck works pretty damn well. I mean, we won all except for, I think, like one of our games tonight. Yeah, I think we lost a total of like one game tonight out of like a total of like 5 or 6 played. I'm not really counting the deck that got mana screwed at 2 mana. That was kind of like a non-game. But aside from that, I think we did pretty well today. So if this is a deck that that you might be interested in playing for yourself, it's pretty budget. Not a whole lot of rares in it. Not a whole lot of mythics in it. It's pretty safe build right now. I'll go ahead and put a link to the deck list in the description box below. So if you are interested in playing this deck, you can as well. It's one of my personal favorites. I like it a lot. So until next time, take care of yourself. Bye. Ooh. Okay, so that was one deck in the books. It is getting a little bit late, so we might be holding our other builds for tomorrow. So if you happen to catch me tomorrow, I'll probably hop on for some streams tomorrow as well, and we can look forward to tomorrow night. So I'd just like to say thank you, everyone, to those of you who hung out with me today. And I hope you enjoy the videos once they go live. The Boris deck is going to be the first deck that goes live. So you can look forward to that on Monday. So until then, later.